Previously on Ditching the Split.
Welcome to our exterior renovation.
That is insane.
I'm just ready for the change.
Actually, that's bees.
Welcome to Ditching the Split, episode 2. I hope you guys enjoyed the first episode of this series. We're having so much fun.
It's a very enjoyable experience. So much fun.
So much fun. And it's about to get even more fun because we got another jam-packed episode for you guys.
If you're enjoying this series, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
You're getting good.
What?
We start off this episode by taking down the retaining wall. We're gonna be able to reuse this retaining wall as well. We're gonna save this and use this at the greenhouse. Dismantling the retaining wall took a whole lot longer than expected.
We had to take the retaining wall down because it was tight up against the brick and we're replacing the brick, so it was in the way. And the new ledger and joists for the deck sit lower than the retaining wall, so it was in the way. It was built really strong, really well. They did a good job. It just sucks taking it apart when people do things like that.
Yeah, why'd they have to do such a good job? I was really hoping we'd be able to save the retaining wall bricks. One thing you guys might not know about me is I am a thrifty queen, and if I can reuse supplies, I'm gonna reuse them.
You're a collector.
5 minutes ago, he called me a pack rat.
Yeah, well, you like to collect things.
Some of you might have been wondering what happened to the original porch, how we ended up using it. We actually took those deck boards apart and turned them into raised bed planters at the greenhouse. Ta-da! And we actually took the shutters off the house as well. You guys didn't see that either. A couple years ago, we built shutters for the house. These ones right here. We're gonna save those and make those into raised beds too.
Yeah, we'll find something to do with those. And they were actually already repurposed. They were the original cedar deck boards that were on our back deck that we planed down and turned into shutters.
After that was done, we moved on to sheeting the house.
We're at the point that we've removed all the brick. We're ready to start putting the new sheeting on. Originally, my thought was to just cover this, but it's bulged in a bunch of spots. There's holes in it everywhere. When we take the front door out, there's not going to be any there, so we'll have to just do extra work to pack it out to match this. So I think we're better off just take it off for the little amount that's here and then just start fresh with the plywood. Old tent test is like it's basically paper glued together, like layers of paper. That's the best way to describe it. You can't nail into that tent test. That's good for brick, but you can't attach siding to that. So this is what they use to sheet houses with. It's called tent test. It's like a fiber board. Some people might be worried about asbestos, but this doesn't contain asbestos. In your house it might, so you might want to get it tested.
No going back. Well, I guess there was already no going back. But for real, no going back now.
What a pain this is gonna be, eh? It's gotta come off though.
Do you want me to help, like, take it off?
If you want, yeah. Look at that, eh? The wood is sitting right on the concrete.
Who needs a building code anyway?
As you saw in the previous episode, we dug post holes for the new porch. There's going to be a roof over it as well. So there's going to have to be beams up above that hold the new porch roof. So as we were reframing the wall, we had to add supports, columns or posts you could call them, in the wall where those beams are going to go to hold up the roof. 12 foot 1/8 inch is where that post is supposed to be. So let's do a little check here. So that's the center. What the heck is going on? Okay, so the center of this column is 12'1" from the plywood. 12'1". And what is it, a three ply beam? Probably, eh? So we go 3/4 and then 1.5 inches, okay? 1.5 inch post there. So basically we need stud, stud, stud up there and down there.
Hidden behind the brick, we had uncovered a couple old wasp nests. Now, we've always had an issue with bees since building that small covered porch. They would come in and out through the holes in the brick.
Yeah, they wiggle their way in and out of the brick.
And things only got worse once we started removing the tent tests.
Oh my God.
I wish someone would bring us a slushie, like a blue raspberry slushie. There's a bee right by your shoulder. How are you feeling about how everything's going?
Slower than I was hoping, but we had to break a bunch of concrete in the corner this morning. We've only been on this for a couple hours, so didn't get as much done as I was hoping, and we're having a little bee problem, so it's slow. How are you feeling?
I'm not having that much fun. I'm feeling a little tired, a little beat. I am dreading when we get to the roof because the last thing I want to do is shingle, but I have a feeling I will be on that roof one day. Andrew had to use the chipping gun to remove some additional brick from the base of the house, and from the inside, it sounded like the siren for the purge. And then it was time to remove the bay window. We're taking down the window, if you couldn't tell. In our initial plan, that front porch was supposed to come across the whole front of the house, but when we submitted for the permit, we had to make a change to the drawing. So I guess we could have kept it as a bay window, but we had already ordered our windows, so we were committed to not having a bay window.
Yeah, I don't really like bay windows anyway.
I always wanted a bay window growing up. I thought that I would sit on it with a cushion and a good book and a cup of tea.
That'll never happen.
I never did that.
I don't like how they look on the outside. I like the nice, clean, flat, like wall.
Wow, good job. I was really hoping we could salvage the bay window.
I bet.
I wanted to do a craft with it.
Yeah, what were you gonna do? Make yourself a little box, like to sit in and read? You can make a cubicle.
A cubicle?
The windows are 34 years old. We saw on the side of them, they're from 1990. So they needed to be replaced anyways. And sure enough, you try and pry on the bottom of that window and it was just rotted, like just falling apart, crumbling. So that's where that door is gonna start. Then this is where the new door, our new window will end. We have, well, from the very outside wall, it's 39 inches, 63. So 32. In the window, we have 88, so 44 inches.
Andrew does this thing where he'll throw numbers, measurements, tool names at me, and I stand there like that meme with the like math equations all over my head. I never know what he's talking about. I got it.
So things are going really well. I've framed in the new window. I'm just measuring for the window that's going above the door so we can take the door out, and then I have to measure over to find the center for the new door, and then I have to just measure the opening, put the beam in, and then we're ready to install it. And I have to put the post for the other column.
I have no idea what's going on, but I'm happy to be here.
I need to cut this way. Maybe grab the broom and you can hold, like, yeah, there. How's that? What do you mean?
If the dust was flying, I'm like, wait, hang on.
Oh no, you're good. Thank you, Dal.
Fun fact about Andrew is he's really good with numbers. Like he'll just memorize numbers. He takes measurements all the time and I'm like, do you need to write that down? He's like, nope, I got it.
What do you need to write it down for?
I don't know how you do it.
You remember.
What do I do?
What do? You think of a number, you write it down, and then you lose that piece of paper, and then you never use that number again. It's gone.
Or I'll do like I like to measure with my hands too, so I'll like see how far. Like I'll be like.
Yeah, and everything's millimeters. It could be 3 feet, and you're like, it looks like about 10,000 millimeters.
Andrew gets mad that I give him all the measurements in millimeters.
If you need like a 1/2 inch gap on either side, why are you telling me that it's like 2 millimeters? Like just say, is it even? Is it like, even just say it's your finger if you don't know what a 1/2 inch looks like. Like just.
I don't know why I use millimeters.
Do you even know what a millimeter looks like?
Yeah.
Do you know what 10 millimeters is? Like, do you know what the approximate size of 10 millimeters?
That's like 2 centimeters.
No,
No?
that's 1 centimeter.
1 centimeter is 10 millimeters.
Yes.
Whatever, I don't need to know this.
You're using that system? Like
I don't
metric?
I don't use a system. I just said that I measure with my arms.
And your arm's in millimeters. How many millimeters is your arm?
Probably like.
So with moving the door up to the main floor, we had to remove the window anyways because we needed to shift it over to make room for the window and the door.
This is called Tyvek. Don't blink, you might miss it.
So I just want it nice and tight.
Babe, like, why are you gonna walk backwards? Okay?
I'm gonna get the other ladder.
Okay. So then that brings us to installing that front window, which was probably one of the scariest experiences for me that I've ever had while renovating with you.
It wasn't planned or executed very well. It was the first one we put in.
But you also think that everything's gonna be easy.
It should have been.
When it came to installing that window, we had help from a friend to lift it in place, and I'm glad we did because it was so heavy.
Oh yeah.
We ended up lifting it up on the tractor into the air, and then I went in the house and had to like hold the window from falling forward while the two of them like pushed it from the other side. It was so scary. It was like, I was shaking, everything was trembling.
Yeah.
I just thought it was gonna fall out and it would be my fault that we like broke this window. When it came to installing the front door, things went a lot easier. We were able to lift it up into place. It was a lot lighter, and then just pop it in, hold it there, and then Andrew went on the inside and nailed
Lasered
it all.
up and shimmed it and nailed it.
Just like that. Pick a door, any door. The house from the outside looked bizarre for a few days with 2 front doors. Delivery drivers would pull up to our house and then like stand there at the foot of the driveway, like not sure what to do.
We're getting rid of the door and putting in the new window. On the count of 3, we're just gonna pull straight back and it's gonna drop. 1, 2, 3.
My set hasn't moved.
1,
2, 3.
really?
Oh gosh.
So 90 92. That'll be the opening. I gotta put the header in for the new window. Double 2x8. Gotta cut it, nail it together, get it in. Yeah. You could just pass it up to me if you want to help.
I'll help you.
Yeah, I know, but like, I just don't want to push you.
You don't?
No.
Since when?
Since I know this is a lot of work.
Babe, there's no one I'd rather take a house apart and put it back together with than you.
I don't think there's anyone else you could figure it out with. So just like the bay window, when we removed the front door, there was a lot of water damage at the bottom of the door. Before we put the covered porch on it, any rainwater and just snow building up because it was low to the ground would just sit there. Just mush. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna silicone the thing, and then I'll probably go up on the ladder. We'll lean it against the wall in front of the ladder, and we'll pop the nailing flange all out. And I'll go up on the ladder, and you can kind of pass it up to me, and then you have to go inside and let me know.
I'm not gonna remember all this, babe. Just wait and tell me in the moment.
Wow.
Like it's already out of my head. Do you want to just like tip it this way and then we'll turn around? And then walk around? Okay.
Just gotta make sure we don't break that nailing flange. So basically, we're gonna put it down. I'll put your foot under it on this side, so the nailing flange isn't on the floor. Is that on?
Yeah. Yeah. And this one can go back if you can reach. Things are going really well, so I hope you guys stick around for the third episode of this series. It's really good. I know we're biased, but it's really good.
Yeah.
You guys aren't gonna wanna miss it. This transformation is crazy.
I'm excited.
Do you want a kiss?
No.
I'm so excited to see what this house looks like at the very end, and I'm so excited to see what the house looks like at the very end and start decorating and
Oh yeah.
sit out on our front porch.
It'll be nice because the last thing we'll probably do is put out some plants, like
Ooh,
put down a rug.
a rug.
Yeah, and then just like step back and look at it. Be like, okay, we're done. I wonder if we're gonna have to seal the driveway. Because the driveway, like the whole house is gonna be new, and then like the old driveway full of cracks, like we might have to just put like a
I don't want to think about that right
sealer
now.
to make it nice and black.
That's a long way away.
All right.
Stay tuned.
Next week on Ditching the Split.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
I think it looks so pretty.
My legs are shaking.
Uh-oh.
What?
Roof's leaking.
I don't know. I'm really scared.
Yeah, just drop it. Just put it down.
That didn't sound good.